to our garden. Today we're spreading all the mulch that we collected yesterday from the chook pens, our breeder pens. And we're doing a few experiments. Experiment 1 was turning this clay soil, adding a heap of manure and covering it with a layer of mulch. The second experiment is doing a back to Eden garden with hay, because we don't have access to wood chips. And the third experiment is inoculating the soil with fungus, which aids in breaking down plant matter and also enables the plants to absorb nutrients, and then covering that with mulch in a back to Eden garden style. And then the what are we up to? I can't remember. The last experiment is to make this garden bed flat like we have here, except we used heavy machinery to make this flat, which isn't permaculture at all, but we needed a quick fix to our problem of living on a hill. I didn't really want to work with it because it can become quite hard. Working on the side of the hill, it hurts your back and is just painful. But we didn't want to use heavy machinery on this side, even though it's on a bit of a steep hill. This is going to predominantly be my pumpkin and corn and melon patch. So it doesn't matter if it's a little bit hilly because I won't be in there all the time. It's kind of like a one harvest crop is what we're going to plant over there. But we're going to try hugelkultur over there. We're going to fill in the divot, the shallow end. We're going to fill it in with wood from our property instead of burning it, which is what usually happens in this part of the world, preparing farms for the fire seasons which are to come. So fire season is usually summer and autumn. We're just at the end of it now. We're not in fire danger period anymore. Fire bans were lifted on the 1st of May, which means that we can burn off any wood and organic matter on our farm until about November. I can't quite remember the date. But instead of burning it, let's use it as a resource and use it to build organic matter on our farm and really valuable topsoil, which is hard to find. On our farm and has been depleted in this part of the world and any modern world really. From tilling the soil, it just really depletes topsoil, and you can lose it through wind and rain, which we get lots of that here. So yes, we've got a few experiments, so it's going to be fun to see what works for our garden. Will it be hugelkultur or back to Eden or inoculating the garden with beneficial microorganisms and fungus? The chickens have just been here and the soil is beautiful and spongy, but we're going to add to it. We're going to add all this beautiful spent hay from the chicken pens, so we've got extra manure in it and all the weed seeds should be gone. We might have a few rogue ones, but most of them will be gone. And I think this is the bed that we're going to inoculate with the fungi, and we'll also put in a bucket full of compost worms to help speed everything up. So there's not much happening down here. It's still dead with no life. So we're hoping by adding all this organic matter that we can improve this soil. This is organic matter from our own forest that's been inoculated with fungi, this beautiful white fungi, which will help break down all the plant matter, but it also attaches itself to the plant's roots and it helps them absorb all the nutrients from the ground. So it's very beneficial, and we're hoping to kickstart this garden by spreading this here and adding some worms in too. Look at that. That is going to be a fabulous garden bed come spring. I probably will be planting in there over the next month or so. I've got a few broccolis and collies and cabbages up in the hothouse, growing nicely. So when they're at a good size, I'll probably plant them in here. But hopefully it would have broken down a little bit by then. We've got a lot of sheep manure in here, chicken manure, and some of the dirt that they've tilled up in the shed is just broken down matter, kind of like really aged compost, because there was a floor down and we kind of scraped what was on top off. So that should be really nice to plant into if we don't get a good harvest out of here this year. I'll be very disappointed. There shouldn't be any reason why this won't work.